Welcome to Le Foot, your podcast about French football, where Marseille is now top of the table, be it after one round, after trashing Strasbourg at the Velodrome, kickstarting another season of Liga. PSG and Rennes drew in a great drama with Le Paul scoring and Ferran Torres entering French football in style. We talk match week performances, rumors, done deals, and club of the week is Le Mans. Let's go.
Hello, gents. Welcome back.
Thank
How are
you.
you? How are you, Charlie?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a long day at work this Monday. We're sitting here Monday evening, but in general, can't complain. A bit sore after some exercise as well, but it's good.
Yeah, been hitting the gym.
Hitting the gym, yeah. That's all I do now.
Oh, that's good.
How are you guys?
I'm doing good. Yeah, a bit sore after some golf this weekend.
How did it go?
It more internally sore, you know.
Your soul.
Mentally sore.
Your soul is sore.
My soul is sore. Yeah.
It was 61 shots on 9 holes for both of us.
It's not good.
The Le Foot representation on the golf course was not delivering.
Yeah, no, it was not on par, pun intended.
Jeff, how are you doing?
Great. It feels like this week, even though I worked two before, it feels like this week back to business. Not only with the podcast, but like routines. Start playing football every Thursday as well with my 7-a-side here, like Sunday league.
What position?
Forward.
Okay, so then you have to tell us: are you a Le Paul, or are you what kind of forward are you?
Yeah, I would say I'm probably a bit of a Le Paul.
Le Paul.
Yeah. And I scored. We won 1-0. I scored a goal, which was nice.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was a sweaty goal. My friend Jacob just passed it in, and then I slided to reach the ball.
Okay.
And we played against older guys, maybe in early 40s or something like that. They're all like, they can probably speak Swedish, but I believe they are from Spain because they speak Spanish on the course. So they're like... what is that classic? I was going to say Yalla Habibi, but that's wrong. Rapido!
Okay.
So there's some Spanish phrases on the pitch.
Okay, some Ferran Torres magic as well. No, they would have needed that.
Yeah, maybe.
A bit more kilos on these guys, maybe. Or would you say there's a fit crew that you've played against?
No, not by the looks of them, but I was surprised how much they actually ran just by looking at them. Because they were like chorichos, a bit smaller but thick. But yeah, they could run, and they ran.
But you went away with a victory against the chorizos, then?
Yes, we did. They're called FC Tingelingis.
Okay.
And
shout out.
We beat them last year both times, and also this year. So
any scruffy, you know. Fights or something?
Nothing to mention. No. Nothing outside the normal 7-a-side scruff, I would say.
Because you have a scruff in you. I remember from playing with you when we were younger.
Yeah.
You don't shy away from a scruff.
No, I don't. But I play. I don't cross. You know, the level of scruffiness. Yeah. I don't play with the elbows.
Yeah. Okay.
No pun. No, but it was a good game. But then also one thing for me when it feels like things are going back to normal with work and all that is also that all the leagues have started, and they have most definitely started. We had our first game week this week, and that's something that really excites me going further into this autumn and in this year.
Yes, it's really good.
Before going through the games, just some update on the transfer, and as discussed, and what we thought really, Bouaddi is now confirmed to City.
100 million euros, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oof. Quite some money.
And I guess you could say Rodri replacement.
Yes.
I mean, in terms of replacement this year, I think, you know, Rodri had a great World Cup. So, I mean, he's not going to replace him in terms of how good he is. But it's for the future. He's still very young, Bouaddi. So, might be peanuts in terms of what he's going to bring for the next couple of years and perhaps sell him in the future.
Yeah, and for us who watched him every now and then, I mean, the future is bright, but as you said, ready to fill the shoes of Rodri, I would say I agree that no, I think no player is, to be honest. That's the level Rodri is playing on, especially when you saw the World Cup. I think the single most important player in that Spain, and a young guy from Lille is not going to replace that just over the weekend. But
it's quite funny also. I think, or I know Pep said that when Rodri came back from his injury he had like a year and a half ago or something, he said like it will take time for him to come back. And Pep said then that he predicted Rodri to, be back into full shape in the World Cup. And I think he was most definitely right, because as you said, I think if he was probably the player that contributed the most to Spain securing their second World Cup victory.
But then we have another done deal, and this time it's Rennes, Brilembolo moving to Atlanta United. What a move.
He had a great World Cup in the US, so I guess they got the eyes up for him.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a very good player. If you watch a lot of Rennes, I think he's been putting on steady performances. But then World Cup, I mean, Switzerland they went further than many would think. But I think always with these players, I'm not sure exactly how Atlanta is doing, and he's 29, so in a way it might be the right move to make. Just a little bit surprised. I thought, he was actually going to stay, given the jacket money that Rennes got in. They don't need to, get rid of players. So this feels like something he must have really wanted as well, right?
I think so, and we're going to have to wait and see if Rennes is going to take in another direct replacement for him, because, I mean, Le Paul is great up there, but he needs some companions if they're going to be able to really put up a fight up there in Liga this year. But then also no Barcola or Mbaye in the squad for PSG playing against Rennes either. So the time is ticking. 1st of September, the window closed, but still no Liverpool move for either of them.
And let's be real, I think that PSG could have used some of that Barcola pace against a heavy Rennes defense. Not that I think it's going to change their mind how it went yesterday, but then I want to take. Do you think that Barcola and Mbaye will be heading to Liverpool?
I honestly don't know. I mean, given the transfers that has been, I think Barcola will leave. But we'll see with Mbaye. I mean, he's still young. Maybe he's going out for a loan or something instead. I mean, PSG have the money, I guess. So, but yeah, Barcola might leave, given all the. I mean, Guts, and he did play well, I think, last night. So. Yeah, it's a lot of competition in the offense in PSG as it looks right now.
What do you say, Jeff? One of them leaving, or both of them leaving, or none of them leaving?
I would say both of them are leaving.
And both to Liverpool?
Yeah. I don't know, both to Liverpool, but I think both of them are leaving.
We start off with the first Ligue 1 match of the season, and a surprising victory for Olympique Marseille, 4-0 against Strasbourg.
Yeah, I think we didn't really see it coming. Of course, there was a red card impacting as well, which is what it is. But if we start there, I think it was a correct red card. He kicked the player without the ball being near, and that's in VAR. It's a bad look, right?
Yeah.
But overall, I'm very pleasantly surprised by OM under Genesio starting off the season. I would say first half, I felt that they played really well. It was just that final touch inside the box, the final pass, and then the final touches from both Guiri, I think Angel Gomez as well, Paixão, Timothy Vea came up on the right flank. But the way they used... both they were attacking centrally. They also used Paixão to the left, also Timothy Weah to the right. I think it kind of made it hard for Strasbourg to get a grip on Marseille. And I think early on you felt like this is Marseille's match. I think that was the feeling. But since they don't score, then the longer it goes, I'm starting to think maybe the headline will be that they have sold all the firepower.
Yeah.
But then he comes, Guiri.
Wow, what an effort!
And to start the season off like that, I think exactly what they needed.
And I think that is probably giving Guiri the spot he kind of deserves in Marseille, in a way. Having the spotlight on himself and being the main forward for the team. And as we can see in this game, he's done a great job.
Yeah, really showing up.
Yeah. And especially, you mentioned Ángel Gómez. What a player.
Yeah.
He did so much in the midfield there, getting back a lot of balls from Strasbourg.
He's a spectacular player. He's the kind of football player that it looks like he will always be under pressure, but he solves it.
Yeah.
You know, he's running out of time. No, he makes 2 touches to the right and then a pass, and then he's fine. And OM can keep the momentum and the ball and keep attacking. I agree there. I mean, what a brilliant performance. I also need to call out, we were critical of him and many of the others because he's an older senior player, but Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, midfield general. Maybe it's because they want him to leave that he's showing up.
Yeah.
There's been some Premier League interest and OM needs the money, but if he plays like this, I think they might as well keep him.
Yeah.
Such a difference from what we saw under Habib and De Serbi even.
Yeah, I think these must be one of the starting players of OM this season.
Great performance from Højbjerg as well. He had a lot of ball connections in the midfield, and it feels like he really controlled and set the tempo for OM throughout the entire game. Also having in mind that he lost the captain armband to because of decisions up high. So, no, really solid performance. And I would like to take away from this game that it feels like Bruno Genesio has really tried to focus defensively on OM. And that they focus throughout the entire games, because we've seen them play well before. They've had the upper hand, but then somehow they have conceded late goals and lost or draw. But it really felt that they controlled this game entirely. But then a small thing, I felt that that red card also switched the game or had a big impact. So it'd be interesting to see how OM can follow this up. They have a really tough game this Sunday coming up against Monaco away. So it'll be interesting to see them play towards a tougher opponent in an away game.
Yeah, because if we need to make for anyone who didn't watch, you had a goalless first half, 0-0 with heavy positives from Marseille, but still 0-0. First thing that happens in the second half is Guiri. He scores a great combination play goal, but then just 10 minutes or so thereafter, there is a red card, and another 10, you have a penalty for OM.
Yeah.
That's the 10 minutes that takes everything out of Strasbourg. Not that I think they showed up before, but I think if you get a red card and a penalty against you within 10 minutes to make it 2-0, then I don't know what kind of mentality a team needs to have, and the brilliance of the foot, So tough one for Strasbourg. Very young. Average 22 years old.
Yeah, that's super young.
We've talked about their young squads before, but 22 years old in average. It's crazy to go on a away match against OM, even though OM has sold off some stuff.
Yeah.
First game also for coach Hugo Oliveira in Strasbourg, and for a couple of other players, Filip Jørgensen on loan, the goalkeeper. So I think you had these games in the initial part of the season, and you can't take that much from it. Take a step back. OM had a great game. Strasbourg not as much, and see how the next couple of games go through for both of them.
Yeah. And just to mention there, Strasbourg starting off tough here with Lens coming up, so it might be a tricky part, and after that they actually play Monaco. But let's see how many points they will have after 3 matches, and if there will be a mini crisis. I think, like you said, there's no point getting carried away, except if you're rooting for OM, then I think just enjoy, because I think 4-0 it's still reason to celebrate. Starting off the season in style.
I want to give a small shout out to both Yassin from Strasbourg. He actually did quite a nice performance on the pitch, I think. And then as well, Abdallah, who debuts and scores his first goal in 20 minutes or 17 minutes being out on the pitch.
And they need that.
Yeah.
They need that, OM. They need these players to show up now. And youngster as well, Abdallah, I think.
Yeah, 20 years old.
Really, really crucial.
Yeah.
Sell off the old stuff and bringing the new stuff. But also, you're speaking about shout-outs. Genesio.
Oh, yeah.
The dream start. He couldn't have wished for a better start.
No, that's props to him. Props to him and how the team played. It's great to see, and I think I have, and I guess we all have been quite critical towards OM, but given how they managed this game against Strasbourg, who's fair enough, they've lost a great deal of good players, but they just ran over them, and it's going to be an interesting season nonetheless. Next game, we have Lens going up against Auxerre. 5-2 to Lens. Going up in the second spot after OM, who has a 4-0 goal, 4 in goal difference there. Lens going up with only 3 in goal difference after the first game. But still amazing. 5 goals.
Yes, and of course, we talked about it in the OM match that there is some decision making from the players that results in both penalties and also red cards here as well. I mean, Makosso going out in the 35th minute, of course, has a great impact here. But I think it was an early goal from Lens of some dominance. Then Auxerre, trying to come back into the match, and then you have Makosso. I don't know, unnecessary.
Yeah.
Really, really unnecessary.
Yeah.
And I think after that, it's just a wild match with goals back and forth. And I think Tauvin, captain, starting off with 2 penalty goals. That's not, every week you see a player scoring 2 penalties in one match. But I don't know, overall take, Lens, they're going to continue pushing, I feel. Great start with Trophée des Champions. Now they, bring 5 goals at home against the will still inspired Auxerre, perhaps if you wanna call it that. So I think, overall expected, but not sure we could expect it to go with this many goals and penalties, etc.
I think it was really interesting to see both Franco Ivanovic, as we talked about, perhaps becoming a Lens player ahead of the season, which is now on loan from Benfica. He scored in his first game. I think he'll be really important for the attacking line of Lens if they want to compete out in Europe and in Liga. So it was great to see 60 minutes of him and scoring a goal.
And that was a great goal as well. He held the defender off, they pulled him, and he still managed to bag it in instead of calling for a penalty. I think that shows the character of Ivanovic.
And secondly, Sangaré, who left for Brentford, who I think was one of the best players for Lens last year, who on a side note had a really, really good performance against Tottenham this weekend. The replacement, Yassin from Algeria, I think he had an okay game, and you can see the reasons why Lens paid money for him to come to Lens. So interesting to see both of them doing well in their first game, and looking forward to see them, getting even better with Lens and see where they can end up this year. Perhaps Risser could have taken one of the goals. I don't know. That could be one thing, but I think when you win, you bring out a show, not only a performance, but also a show for the supporters, packed stadium, I think. But I think it's interesting, Yacine Titraoui, what was it you called him? Was it the Verratti of Algeria? I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
that was just to refresh that.
Yeah.
Or was it Vitinha of Algeria? No, it was
Verratti.
Okay.
Verratti.
What a name. Yeah, but overall good. Not sure what we can expect from Auxerre though. If we just stop there, nightmare start for Will Still. He's gonna have a hard time analyzing this match as well because of an early red card.
He almost got a red card himself.
Really?
Cheeky bastard. he got a yellow. But I would say that I think here is more rather the opposite, because they play against the number 2 team in the league last year, Lens, away. They can go in here and not do whatever they want, but they can try their style of play. Will can implement on how he wants Auxerre to play these kind of games. I mean, they're going to play defensively, a lot of them. So 5-2 and a red card is not ideal, but I think they can go home somewhat not satisfied, but fine with the loss.
Yes, and just to dig into that a little bit, there is some numbers which actually stand out in this 5-2 loss, and it's that the expected goals for Auxerre is closer to 2, which I think is a great thing given that they are one man down for quite some time. And they almost have the same amount of touches in the Lens box as Lens has in the Auxerre box, which kind of, it backs up your thing that they can go with a head held high and just restart next match at home instead.
I think it was a bit questionable, the red card, though, I think, on Makoso. But, I mean, would it have changed the outcome?
I think 3 points Lens would have happened, but not maybe by the margin.
Yeah.
But with the red card, I mean, it's another season, it's another year, and it's another soft red card. Yeah, that was your passion project for the spring, that the French refereeing when it comes to the red card was a bit I mean, of course it's sometimes a bit of a tough league. I mean, they play tough, but sometimes like this I can agree that you can leave it at yellow.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not like in OM where I think the Strasbourg player gets some screw loose and kicks a player.
Yeah, because that feels quite obvious what El Morabet did.
Yes.
Like he intentionally just kicked the other player.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I don't know. I think it's a bit questionable.
I'm going to call one thing out for Auxerre is that Danoise, who has been great last year and also now, I mean, he's going to be an important player. He's also the captain. He made some comments in the media when they are asking about if he is, leaving, because apparently there is some bids from the Premier League now on him. And I think it will be a key for their survival chances that Danoise stays.
Yeah, definitely. And just to end it here, Will Still, I think it actually looked like he got some temper in him.
Yeah, some what did you call him? Yeah, for cheeky bastard.
Cheeky bastard.
But I mean, and he was back in Lens where he actually coached some years ago. So it was probably to begin with, a nice place to come back to. But then as the match went on, you're saying temper was lost.
Yeah.
But makes sense.
And, I guess the main event this weekend, Rennes versus PSG, and they draw. I feel like it's such a surprise performance, actually, on both sides. PSG feels like they didn't create all too much dangerous stuff, whereas Rennes, they just shut down everything, and they played so good defensively.
Definitely, and I think it's unexpected. I was really intrigued to see the trio Kvaratskhelia, Dembélé, Doué finally start in Liga together. There was a lot of rotation last year, and here we have them. But whoa, they struggled to break down this Rennes defense. But when we say Rennes defense, this match, it was also the midfielders doing a great job helping out, because I mean, PSG faced almost 11 players down low, which makes sense. I mean, they're playing the best club in the world. I think Thomasson, Rongier, Szymanski, all fantastic. And speaking of Szymanski, what a goal. Is that the goal of the match week? Do you have any goal against? Maybe Giroud.
Yeah, Giroud's goal was very nice as well. That was
the Elderman.
What a placement on that.
What a placement.
Good God. Yeah, that was very nice. But yeah, going in from the post, I mean, it's impossible for Safonov to save this one.
Yes.
It's such a good shot.
And quite low ratings, I think, of Safonov's performance. But I think on the 2 goals, I don't think he could have done that much better.
No, he couldn't.
And a perfect start for Rennes also coming into this game, doing so well. I mean, throughout the entire game, they had good.
Momentum.
Vad ska jag köra ifrån? Vad var jag sa?
I mean, throughout this game they had good intensity kanske.
No, but so important for Rennes to coming into this game with great intensity and scoring that early goal, and then another 20 minutes or so Paul scoring again, because playing against an opponent as PSG, the best team in the world, it's so frustrating to be playing well by not scoring, because PSG, they're going to get their chances. They're going to score 2 goals, which they eventually did somehow, later on in the game in this case. So important just to get that first goal in and just the stadium exploding. So no, it was really nice to see Rennes grabbing a draw here. But what I think is really interesting is just PSG, Dembélé, Kvaratskhelia going out first minute in the second half, switching completely, also doing a lot of substitutions on the midfield. Etienne going out, so I mean, really rotating, and I don't think this is how Luis Enrique is going to do every game, because that's not how you do it. But it must be something with all these players being somewhat tired from the World Cup. I can't see any other reasons. Substitutions were obviously good because they equalized in the end, but must be something there. Also losing against Lyon in the Coupe before. Players must be unfocused, tired. Something must be there at this moment.
Yeah, I think so. When you say unfocused, that's maybe the word I was looking for when I saw this trio attacking, because as soon as they closed in on the box, it felt a little bit like, they have the technique, but they weren't just there. And maybe, as you said, maybe it's still the World Cup tiredness. I mean, I know some other coaches around the world has talked about that around Europe. And now the players that went far in the World Cup, they are tired and still on holiday, so to speak, because of how long the World Cup continued. But then you tell us that they did some substitutions. You have the 2 newcomers, Mika Goods and Ferran Torres, and I think Ferran Torres trying to prove us wrong here at Le Foot.
Yeah.
Because 2 great goals on assist from Fabian Ruiz, the Spanish connection there, can't complain.
Yeah. It also was, I think last week you said Luis Enrique, he knows something about this signing, and I mean, given the performance that Ferran Torres did this game, it's a
bit fortune on the first goal, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, because people might reach out and say that we are talking gibberish given our predictions regarding Ferran Torres, but I think one thing that we kind of stated last week as well is that he's gonna score goals. Any attacking player in PSG is going to score goals. I think when we talk about him not delivering is that he is, I mean, even the commentators talked about him being a super sub.
Yeah.
And I think if you pay 50 million euros for a super sub, I mean, already he's bringing in points. If he continues like this, then he proves us wrong. But just because he's scoring goals, I don't think he's going to prove us wrong. Because any PSG attacker in Liga must score goals. Otherwise, something is fundamentally wrong. It doesn't matter if it's Gonzalo Ramos, Ibrahimovic, Mbappé, Ferran Torres, Cavani. It's going to be plenty of goals even. But does Ferran Torres, will he make PSG a better club than last year? Well, still we have to wait and see.
Well, I think it was a bit of a different play style from Ferran Torres. He did a lot of interesting runs, whereas I didn't really see Doué or Dembélé make in the same way.
He's a different kind of player.
Yeah, so I think maybe they can adapt that in some way during the season. It's going to be interesting to see.
And it might have all been in vain if Rennes had scored. What a chance they had at the end, where Pacho was saving on the goal line. I mean, I think it was like just a few minutes after the equalizer. I think I don't remember now who it was in Rennes, but what a chance! And almost looked a bit like a handball there, but took on the body first. So I don't know how to do with that, but that would have been something. Coming back with Ferran Torres and then having it. Having to fight all over again to get a draw. But I just want to call out one player a little bit, and that's the new signing Soumaré in Rennes. I think he did a decent performance. Came from Le Havre. We saw him do some great stuff for Le Havre last season, and he has landed. Decent performance as well, of course, Thomasson. But we knew that he would be great.
Also interesting, I think, to see Akliouche coming in the second half and now playing more in a midfield position, compared to his 2 previous games, playing more up front. So, I think that's also a sign to, or just Enrique still trying to find where he can make the most use of him. So I think there's still somewhere there in PSG. And also like to add that I think what's really important from Ferran Torres, even though he's going to score a lot of goals or not as many, I think and hope he can contribute with hunger. As of the other new players that can contribute with hunger, because PSG have won back-to-back Champions League 2 years for a row. They might be full of that. You need new players that still wants to win as much, because are they going to be able to go for it another year? I mean, they most definitely can, but all the teams are chasing them out in Europe and home in France. So big importance of the new signers or the new players to really contribute with the hunger. I think that's very important.
That's a very good point.
Yes. I need to talk a little bit about names, because we have a contender. Do you remember that we had Russell Rowe, the Canadian, for last year we some movie star names, but in Rennes, unused. No, he came on late on in the match. Brian Reynolds. Maybe a distant cousin from Ryan.
He's American as well.
He's American. So for all you American listeners, and Canadians, you are delivering the names in Liga. Let's just put it that way. Russell Rowe and Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, he's gonna call him Deadpool from now on.
When they play each other, I want to see them switch shirt. I want a photo.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Do you think they have that kind of self-distance? We call it self-distance in Sweden.
I guess the listeners will have to figure that out. But I think they do. I think they do. But also Bryce Samba, the goalie from Rennes.
He showed why he was part of the World Cup squad.
What?
He showed why he was a part of the World Cup squad, because he is a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, wow. Amazing.
All right, we are back with Club of the Week. I'll do Le Mans this time. So
long time no see since Club of the Week.
Yes, definitely. For those who hasn't listened, last season we do Club of the Week segment where we dig down deep in one of the clubs that plays in Liga. And the new one for this year is Le Mans and Troyes. And starting off with Le Mans, I think a lot of people might not think about football that much when they hear Le Mans. They might thinking about racing.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. And finally, where the race is played, like it's a 24 hours race, the arena is placed right in that zone. So I think it would be really fun to go to Le Mans and get the experience of both. But they started off the league with 2-2 draw against Brest. But the club is much older than that. It's founded in 1900. But the current format they are in took shape in 1985 with a merger with Union Sportive du Mans. And for that reason, old supporters called the club MUC72. And that name change came 2010, or the name change to currently Le Mans, with the new profiling of the club and the change to the new arena. And during the 2000s, they had a couple of runs in Ligue 1 and are, this year up again in the nice Ligue 1. And similar or exactly as Lens. They're also called Le Sang et Or, the blood and gold, due to their colors on their shirts. And they have some famous players. They have Gervinho, and they also have Didier Drogba, who started playing there. A lot of people think it's Guingamp, but it's actually Le Mans, and he played there from 1998 to 2002. They never won the Liga or the Cup, so I mean, this year could it be it, perhaps? And a bit of financials about the club, similar to, Strasbourg and, now Liverpool, Bezos and the consortium and stuff like that going in. It's similar to Le Mans. In August 2025, Novak Djokovic, the tennis player, he became a co-owner of the club through a Brazilian consortium alongside Formula 1 driver Felipe Massa and other Formula 1 drivers because of, the driving history with Le Mans, and also footballer Thibaut Courtois, goalkeeper for Real Madrid. So they have a bit of money coming in from there, so might see Le Mans on the rise in the future.
That's very interesting with the current player owning a club with Courtois there. I mean, maybe he will come and just round off and play a playing owner. I mean, I can't think of ever seen a playing part owner in a playing managers. That used to happen in the past. Not very common, but it could happen that a manager would sub himself on. Like maybe it's a former great player, but I mean, Courtois here, he has an opportunity to make history by being a playing owner and putting everything on the line. I just need to mention there as well, for those of you who remember Gervinho, I mean, he was a fantastic winger and was also in the Gunners for some years. But I think what I remember most about him is that he had one of the strangest hairstyles in football history, with like his forehead super high and then
big forehead
and then braids, parted in the middle and then down over this massive forehead. I think if you don't remember or know Gervinho, you need to Google and you need to check that hairstyle out. Even if I had hair, I wouldn't want to rock that style a bit too much.
So, upcoming weekend, we have game week 2 in Ligue 1, and we're starting off with a great game.
Big clash Friday evening, Lille against PSG.
Will Ancelotti Jr. get another 3 points there? I mean, they open up by winning at Angers, which is, a good start. I'm very questionable when it comes to Ancelotti Jr. I mean, what chances do you give Lille? PSG a bit roughed up now after that trip to Rennes.
Yeah, I think given the performance at Rennes, I mean, I think it could go either way this coming week. Or, I mean, if PSG has their day, then, I mean, they will probably crush. But, it's going to be interesting, to say the least, this coming Friday. I think... God, it's so hard to say, because given the performance that we saw yesterday from PSG, it's.
But do they do? It feels like they rarely do that twice in a row.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It feels like it might even be the, the fuel that they need ahead of this a bit trickier clash.
Yeah,
because Lille is a tough team. It's going to be super interesting, kicking off the weekend with the top teams. Another match that I'm really looking forward to is a bit of a possible early crisis, because Paris FC is hosting Nice, and then both you and me had these two clubs to win in the first match week, and 0-0 for both of them. And here I just we haven't talked Paris FC this episode, but I think quite disappointing performance. Yeah. I think it seems like they have some way to go to get these players to work together. I mean, you saw some brilliance sometimes from Pagis, but I think overall, Sinayoko didn't really look like he by now knows what to do all the time. He doesn't feel as natural.
Pagis also went out a bit injured, I think, so I don't think it's anything to worry about. But
let's hope for Paris FC that he's back.
Small knock.
But I just got the feeling that it's Rosenior at this point. I mean, doesn't look like he has already gotten the things in place. We need to give him a bit more time, but doesn't look really, really exciting as the signings on paper. And that is a disappointment for me.
Yeah, I can just say that, I mean, they did not at least look dangerous. So I think
right.
Paris FC did a good job like defensively and possession-wise, but they didn't manage to create anything. So I think if they can get that going as well, then Paris FC might be a more dangerous team. But it was very bland what we saw this last weekend.
And heading just over quickly to the opponents Nice there, I just want to call up, because empty stadium at the Riviera due to what happened by the end of last season, so quite boring match against Lorient. Olivier Pantaloni, I mean, some lovely scenes after the match. He coached Lorient last season, and what hugs he got from his former players. It was so nice to see. It was all smiles, and he made some comments about it, saying that last season is gonna stay with me forever. It was a special season, you know, Lorient really doing some good. And seeing them hug, it was just so nice, relaxing. And I think Pantaloni is gonna be good, but this one, a bit tricky. Paris FC Nice smells maybe like a draw, but
advantage home ground in Paris, and I thought Coulibaly looked really good. So I think they can hurt Nice.
But can you believe that all the signings they make, and we're still talking about Coulibaly, you know, you think that they would offload him a bit with Pagis and Sinayoko and these players, but Coulibaly still being the better player. But I just need to say one thing. Wahi has landed. He's back in Nice. It's done. He's been spotted at the airport with tons of supporters cheering him on, going crazy for Wahi coming back from Frankfurt again. So maybe he can be the difference. We'll see.
But then I think the second biggest game of this round is Monaco against OM Sunday evening. What a game. I think, Philippe Luis got some breathing room since they won 1-0. Dyer scoring, important for Monaco. Also there, there was a lot of players, not playing. Balogun used to mention one. So this will be a really nice game. Watching both teams winning their first leg and having a big clash on the Sunday evening.
Yes, the great Sunday evening matches. And yeah, I feel this one is tricky. Really impressed, like you said. A lot of players, almost the whole attacking line in Monaco was away, and they still managed to get a victory at Le Havre, which is not always easy to go to. But then OM, Genesio. Can they do back-to-back 3-pointers? Then I think that the start couldn't have been. I mean, it's like a dream start.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. I'm very excited for that game myself as well. It's Monaco OM. What do you think, Charlie?
My gut feeling is saying we will see Bruno Genesio traveling back to Marseille with 3 points in the bag.
Oof.
That start, something special is cooking up in OM. With this new set of players or the players that are left, I think they are building
something
a special.
Something new is cooking up in OM already. All right,
you heard it before.
Carried away already.
One match week in, yeah. But that would be my quick bet. Yeah. I think we're not going to see all the players back that Monaco needs, and I think it's a tougher opponent this time.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. They have a lot of injuries in Monaco. What do you say, Jeff?
I think, with Philippe Luis being a defender and all that, that's what he focuses on the most with Monaco. Hard to really predict the game without knowing exactly who's going to play for them. I mean, Balogun is very important with others. But I think we'll see a tough game. I think Marseille will have a lot harder time scoring. So I think we'll be looking into a 1-1 draw.
Now Le Foot Pronos. I just first need to say well played, Jeff. We have a leader, +1 points. Me and Dennis both lost our bets and are -1 to start off. It's a tough start.
Yeah, it's a tough start, yeah.
But we go again this week, and I'm finding maybe not surprisingly for you who have listened a lot, but I think that he doesn't go many matches now without scoring Lasin Sinayoko.
He does though.
He sometimes does. That is a fact. But I think he was not too bad against Troy. He had a really good chance on a rebound, but he missed it wide. So I think back in Paris, he's gonna score at his league home debut for Paris FC. And that will bring me 3 points. I also just want to call out they're playing Nice. So I think he has a good chance of scoring. I also, before I pass it over, just want to mention that my talent call out, Djibril Coulibaly, 17-year-old, played all 90 minutes last week. Ooh. So I just want to mention, one to watch. Continue watching. Jeff, give us.
Yes. So I'm gonna play on the game which I think is the most interested this round, Monaco OM. I think, as I mentioned before, Philippe Luis is, he's gonna have the defense mindset focus, coaching Monaco, and OM. I mean, Guiri can obviously score, but I think they will struggle to score as much compared to last year because of people leaving, Aubameyang, Greenwood, etc. So I think there'll be a tight game. Having that in mind, also two big clubs playing each other early, neither want to lose. So I'm going to play below 2.5 goals at 240 times the money.
Good one. A lot of offensive power not possibly showing up on Sunday. It's a good one. Dennis, what are you going to do to come back and combat the leader?
Well, I'm thinking like this. Strasbourg had a very rough start here against OM, and one of their key players, El Morabit, is of course going to not be present for the next game because of the red card. And
might be for the better given his behavior.
Yeah,
against OM.
Yeah, might actually be. So I'm picking Lens, taking home the victory on the away game at 225 odds as of right now. So 2 points if I get this one.
Really good. Let's go.
And we have also decided what the prize will be for the winner. Last year, we gave the victorious Mr. D and really nice dinner.
5-star.
White cloths at the tables, and living lights at Daisy's down here at the corner. But we have stepped up a bit money-wise, and the winner will be awarded a bottle of champagne, a brand not yet decided. Sponsors might want to have a take on this.
Our mail will be shared at the end of the episode if they want to reach out for collaborations.
I think both Dom Perignon and Paul Roger will be very interested giving out a prize as this. But we'll see which brand which will have the glory to contribute with this bottle.
Let's go. Now we really need to catch this Jeff over here. Can't have him leading all through the season. We need to fight back.
Yeah, this is not good. He's 2 points above us, and me and Charlie are actually on minus right now. So
let's go. That is it for this week, and we're gonna end this week's episode by giving thoughts to the family of Brian Bergogneau, former Toulouse and Lyon player who very sadly recently passed away. There was a tribute ahead of the match, and also a bit telling that these two clubs faced each other this weekend. Really, really sad, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family and close ones. As always, we want you to continue listening. We hope you really liked this week's episode. Have a great week and see you next Monday. Au revoir.